Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And welcome to United Fellowship Chapel's 2 o'clock service. Let's have a few words. Mother, Father, God, as we come together here today, we ask for your divine wisdom and your strength to flow through each and every one. We ask for your infinite light of protection to be placed around and through each and every one of us, so only the highest and best will come forth in our thoughts, words, and actions. And through those thoughts, words, and actions, let it lead to a better understanding of our own selves, so when we meet those on our path, we're a better understanding of them. We give thanks for this day. Amen.
Amen.
You look in the program under the, as soon as it gets up, under the invocation are the words that we say together. All-knowing, which art within us, hallowed be I am. Ignite our understanding that we are eternal spiritual beings with the power to create happiness, health, and wealth in our lives. Ignite our understanding that our choices belong to us and are the seeds that create our lives. Ignite forgiveness of self as we ignite forgiveness of others. We give thanks for the power and the glory of I am in all.
Amen.
Let's take a few moments to allow those words to be within our being, alive and active. And right under that is the affirmation that we say joyfully and enthusiastically. I am that I am, the light of the living God, and therefore I am free and all-knowing. Ignite my soul with thy spirit, O God, I pray. Take that off. Okay, here we are. We're all one now. Our healing meditation today is going to be by Reverend Ernestina.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And as we settle comfortably into a great position for you for today's meditation, taking in a nice deep breath and just let it go. Just let it go and then take another deep breath, knowing that you are safe and secure. As you take in another deep breath and let go, you know that you are a temple of God. I am a temple of the living God, my I am presence. For I am that I am. And as you continue taking in another deep breath, you let it go and you pay attention to your own breathing rhythm. This wonderful breathing rhythm that is unique only to yourself. And now you feel a magnificent radiant energy flowing. As it flows into the soles of your feet, as if Mother Earth's hands are infusing calm, radiant, loving energy up the soles of your feet. My understanding is clear, and I am safe. As this energy continues up to the ankles, the thigh, knees, and up to the hip area, I know that I am flexible in this vibrant energy and this wonderful physical body of mine. And as you continue with your own rhythmic breath, you feel that energy flowing from the hip area into the solar plexus. I am grateful for my beautiful, magnificent physical body, which radiates health, energy, healing, and prosperity. As this rhythmic breath continues up to the heart, you feel its nurturing, loving sensation. I am love. I breathe in love. I love and appreciate my magnificent, wonderful heart. As I breathe in my God self, I let go of anything that I no longer, or that is no longer essential in my life, as I make room for my highest good. As this rhythmic breath now moves into the throat area, your third eye area or your forehead, and into the crown, you become aware that you
Thank you, Reverend Ernestina. I did not say the announcements. So I want to. There's 3 events coming up in June that I want you to know about. June 13th, Saturday at 12 o'clock, my teacher, Dr. Beck, is going to give an all-message circle. And it's going to be here and on Zoom. So if you want to sign up for it, call the chapel. And if you want to go on Zoom, you can call the chapel and let us know. And also, you can donate prior to that if you're not going to be here. The next event is the following Saturday, June 20th. Rama Ramu is going to be giving a class on going beyond and how you can ignite your abilities to awake the people that are in this world today. The same thing going on. Dr. Beck is going to be $20 and Rama Ramu is going to be $25 and everything. And then the last Saturday of the month we have a mediumship day where the people are going through the mediumship class and the mediums are going to be giving messages. And that's going to be here and on Zoom too. So be aware you got some opportunities to do some growth here this month coming up, June. And that's a Gemini month. All you Geminis, happy birthday. And our speaker today is Reverend Angie, the Associate Pastor, United Fellowship Chapel.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So my talk today is on patterns and beliefs. It's really interesting because you know we have this whole thing set up ahead of time. You know, we set it up every year and we know what these talks are going to be on, but you know, you get to the month and you're like, oh, you know, mine's going to be on this or you know whatnot, or you know, you overlook it at maybe a month early or something. But you know, at this point right now, you know, we have something going on, and it, you know, it has been going on since March, and you know, it can actually bring out these, you know, patterns and beliefs that we either have, you know, had buried within us, or is very, very deeply on the surface, and you know, things that we may have not been taken care of, or it's time to take care of, you know. And patterns and beliefs, you know, these things start, you know, as we are born or in, you know, our mother's womb. We feel these patterns and we know, really, we're sensing vibration, energies, feelings. We already have an idea before we're even born that there is some sort of pattern here, and you know, as some say, you know, you already created this. You know, some even say that, you know, you already, you know, you've planned this whole entire thing out, and this is your learning lessons to be in this life, right? So when we, you know, go from 0 to 7, that's when we're like building our belief patterns, and we learn our safety, we learn who to trust. Anyone who's in our care or who's caring for us, we very quickly get to understand what we can do and where we feel our life is going at that stage. And what a beautiful time frame it would be if our caregivers, our people that you know, brought us up, to learn forgiveness at that time. You know, wouldn't that be great? And would we be able to clear up so many patterns and beliefs that we, you know, have put in these cells and created this life of ours. And we continue this whole pattern as mainly 0 to 7. That's our true life, you know, and we whatever occurred in that time frame, we have this whole learning lesson experience through. And 8 years and beyond, we pretty much, are reviewing and redoing everything. And, some people reprogram things and they don't understand why they're going through things all over again. It's been said, I think that every single person is not opposed to these patterns and beliefs, and everyone goes through this, where you will remake up your world and re-experience things that you thought you had forgiven, or it was over with. I had a job like this and I got rid of that job, but here I am in the same experience. That's a pattern and belief that we have. We've created it, say from that 0 to 7, and we're just redoing it over and over again. And that's just an example. We can say the same thing of, positive things like you want to become a golfer, and you watch this golfer every single day. You watch how they swing. You learn that pattern. You learn it so well that one day you go out and you hit that swing and it's beautiful and you got it, right? So there's those type of patterns where you really work hard at figuring those out, and I would say that's probably a positive pattern. But there are some too that could be really kind of yucky, and those are more or less, the ideas of not seeing it, half glass or the glass half empty. The world's, this way, and life isn't so easy, and I'm really stressed, and I'm really worried, and I'm really, what a lot of people are going through in this time frame right now. There's a lot out there that they're revisiting these places of trauma, things that have occurred to them that have kept them confined, and really makes people feel, really uneasy. And this could be just an experience like, say, mine when I think I was like 8, and I visited a friend, my neighbor friend, and she was younger than I was, and they had one of those big, huge, locked up, it almost looks like a suitcase that you put all your items in, and you lock them up and put them away. We were having fun playing in it. And she's younger than I am, and she didn't have a key. And she asked me to get in, and of course I was playing the game, and I got in. And this is summertime in Tucson, and she locked me in. And I, at first, I'm like, okay, you can open it now, and and then what's going on. So at that point, then it's just like panic, and she starts panicking too, and she's afraid to tell her mom, and thank goodness her mother was there. And this is just like a situation in someone's life, and through that situation, obviously the mom found the key. It took a while. And I really don't have much of a, strange experience from that. Like, I don't really panic or freak out when I'm in small places. However, occasionally I go into an elevator and there's my pattern. And I go right in that elevator, and there's too many people in that elevator. I start to feel that air going away, and it reminds me of that box. And so that's my pattern and belief. We can go right back to that same moment and remake it. We remake it as though it is happening right at that moment. verbatim, So, in this instance, they've actually had a study done with, to just prove in science that, I'll just tell you the story. So there's, the scientist was Rene Piag, and he made a situation where he had these baby chicks that were just born, and he put them in this little area where there was an enclosure of a wall, and the baby chicks were brand new. They were trying to find their mother, and on the other side of this wall they had this robot that was able to move around and not go close to the chicks. So it was able to move itself, and the baby chicks could sense it, being in the vicinity, but yet could not get close to it. And what was proven was the baby chicks, what they did was they all migrated to the wall and got as close as they could, and mentally created the robot to move as close to them. So by proven fact, whatever we focus on, we can actually create right then and there. So this particular, they're actually doing lots of studies with this now, and it's proven that we are giants, people. We are giants. Like, we have a mind that can change something by just thinking of it, and we question this ability every day. It's like really funny that we have a baby chick can do it, so we can. I just thought it was really amazing. Let's see here. The whole thing about changing a pattern. So we know we have them, but how do we get out of them? Or how do we change it into a positive pattern? And that, it can happen with an instant. This is something that in a mindset, it can be shifted. And it's for the people that continue, and this is everybody, I'm saying the people, but we all have this. I feel this is our life's work to change this and to see things that are not visible. There are billions of opportunities and choices out there, and we only see less than 1%. So we are using all of our memory to be able to create our world rather than all of the entire possibilities that are out there. So because it's new, we don't want to go to new. We want to go to what feels good. And it's just like an alcoholic, drug addict, anyone that has a serious, strong hold on something that is addicting, video games, anything. These things, patterns and beliefs, are just as difficult to switch as any habit is. However, if we could see the possibility, that's where the shift happens. If we can actually see the glass half full, that's the difference. And using different things throughout our day really helps us. I'm going to get to it here because I wrote some notes here, but I'm not even reading this. There are tools. Meditation, obviously, is one of them. For me, Qigong is amazing for this because Qigong is a breathing technique that is super slow, and it forces you to go really slow. And breath is the breath of life. So in this case, it it teaches one to be really grateful for our world and for our breath. So that is another one that I really strongly believe is really helpful. Gratitude. So I have used gratitude probably now for, it may be about a year now that I've been really working heavily on gratitude, and I do it with someone else, but I also do it in the mornings and at night when I go to sleep. So I try to make it more of a practice now, and it doesn't have to be super long, but before I go to bed and I'm in my cozy bed, or when I wake up in my bed and I'm super happy I have that bed because it's so cozy, I look around my room and I just start seeing all the things that I have, and I start being grateful for whatever's in my room first and foremost. I thank God every day. I thank all my support system, my angels, guides, ancient master. I mean, I just start doing all my thank yous, and I think about all my family and friends, all of you guys. I thank my chapel. So that's a huge thing. Affirmations are super great, and honestly, the less is better. Affirmations 3, just carrying them with you and doing them throughout the day. Doing them in the shower is great, because that is definitely affirming, and using the I am is really important. Inspirational reading, visualizations, and then definitely limit your access to television. Because this is a time when it's like really not probably a good idea. It's everywhere. And we all know what this thing is, right? Like, we know what to do. We know how to be. Sometimes we want to know where it's at what level. But I think we pretty much got it now. I don't think we really need to go there anymore. Like, we already know what this is. And the more we see it on TV, that little thing, that's going into your cells and that's creating something there. So really know what you're absorbing. And remembering what is good. And, just trying to break those negative cycles. Words are super important. I can't emphasize how much I am really working with my words. And it is going to be, I think, a lifetime of experience. This does not happen right away, and this life is not for sissies, folks. It's not. I mean, this is work. And, just being in command of ourselves and really stepping forward, and not thinking of this mentality of, I don't want to really use that word because it's pretty heavy, but really using the, like the blame game thing, that really can put people in that negative, thought pattern process of it's someone else's fault. Let's step up and be in command of ourselves and release these thought patterns. This is definitely one of the type of talks that are very touching to my heart, because this is my world of change, and I'm very hopeful for all of you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Nancy. This is where we usually have our donation, love offering and everything. And I want to thank all those who are on Zoom that are sending in donations. It really has been a benefit to us. We thank you very much for that. So the ones who are here, you can also say the prayer for your donations. As we place between our hands that which you have given us, the strength and the power to have, we give to the source, to put into the works and to the love, to those that we meet on their path of unfoldment, and for the functioning of this abode that you place in our hands. We put into effect the law of tenfold return to each and every one that gets freely from the heart. Amen.
Amen.
The donation bag is...
It's right here. Right behind the... Just individually, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We don't need a red card anymore. We don't need it.